It's no secret that many of you are demanding that I speak out about what happened in Minneapolis to Alex Pretty. So here's my opinion. My opinion is that you don't want my opinion. You want to watch the first 8 to 10 seconds of our video and then decide if we are your enemy or not.
I already feel like I'm in enemy territory, but go on.
I don't answer to you. I'm not your puppet. I'm not your mouthpiece, and I'm not going to pander to what an audience thinks I should speak on. You listen to me because I speak on what I am inspired and convicted to speak on.
So you're not inspired to speak out against what happened? That's an issue, babe. You should be very inspired to condemn that.
And I'm not a political commentator.
You're in the wellness sector and you don't think that's political? Huh.
I think murdering and killing people is wrong. Same thing I said about Charlie Kirk.
There it is. You spoke out about Charlie Kirk, but not this. I'm sure there's a reason for that, right?
Because I was shown the video of his unaliving against my will on Instagram while scrolling, and it messed with my head for days. In order to become properly informed on this, I need to go watch the video of another human life being taken. I'm not going to do that.
Shit, oh my God. I would argue that this is just as big of a story as what happened to Charlie Kirk. And I'm going to be honest with you, I saw the video of both Renee Good and what happened to Alex more times than I saw anything about Charlie Kirk. So you're telling me that Charlie Kirk just happened to naturally come across your timeline, but these didn't. Why is your FYP like that? I'm assuming your FYP is like that because you are political, but it shows you one side of politics, right? It shows you the side of politics that would show you that, oh my God, Charlie Kirk, this amazing Christian, was murdered, but it won't show police violence. And I think I know why.
Because I believe it rots our soul, and the internet has totally desensitized us from the impact of that.
I agree with you on that because I feel like if we weren't desensitized by this would be huge fucking news and you would open your mouth. But what do I know? You are so fucking privileged, right? Because the people who sit there and be like, oh, I don't like to get political. I'm not a political person. They say this because right now the politics that are happening benefit and work for them. God, I wish most of us had that privilege.
Ooh, they're exposing themselves right here in 4K. Worse than Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was targeted by another citizen. Alex was targeted by the government. That's the difference. Like, translate, I'm Trump supporter. It's giving off that energy, honestly.
They're doing things that objectively, I don't care which side of the aisle you're on, objectively are unconstitutional. So no matter which side of the aisle you're on, you would like to uphold the Constitution a little bit, right? Like, you can't go enter someone's home without a warrant, and not some like federal administrative bullshit warrant that they're trying to like skirt around it. Yeah. You cannot enter someone's home without an actual warrant. I think it's like the judicial amendment, It's the Fourth Amendment. Yeah, Yeah, exactly. So it's like, and they're just entering homes. Dude, I saw them arrest somebody for having an accent. And the ICE agent that arrested him had an accent. Yeah. Did you see that video? And the guy was like, you got an accent too?
Andrew Schulz is really trying to save his reputation. Trying to act like he wasn't the guy who platformed Trump. Not just platform Trump, trying to act like he's never been the comedian who uses stereotypes to try and denigrate an entire community. Look, I've been warning people about Andrew Schulz for a long time because I started comedy with him and other comedians like him who hide their true feelings about marginalized communities and people of color through jokes. And I've been warning people about Andrew Schulz and his type of humor and how he should try using humor to uplift a community, not denigrate it, so then violence could be inflicted against it.
Sounds like someone's Mar-a-Lago application got denied. Oh, now they talk about it. Before it was non-issue. It was like, oh, let's hear about the great things Trump was gonna do. But now when shit hits the fan, it's all of a sudden, oh, you feel some empathy about what's happening. The fact that these podcasters are still on the air spewing their bullshit is the problem. And the funny thing about this whole situation is that now you're seeing Andrew Schulz backtracking even more.
Look, I know I had Trump on the podcast, and I'm aware.
Explaining that, man.
No, but let me just clarify because I think it is important to say. Like, I know how I had him on the podcast, and when I'm talking out about this, I'm not doing it to get people to be like, oh, he's a good guy or whatever like that, or trying to get anybody on my side. I understand that this is a horrific event that happened. I objectively want to talk about it. I'm not trying to win anybody over in this.
You understand? You know the difference between right and wrong.
There's a difference between right and wrong, and there's a difference between like respecting and honoring the Constitution, the backbone of our country, and then completely shredding it. And this is completely shredding it. And now they're realizing that people have noticed it, and now they're trying to backtrack it. But
by the way, he's been wiping his ass with the Constitution.
Sure,
Like,
and
I've been on record a million times saying like when he said we should terminate the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election, shit like that got to be disqualifying if you're running for president.
So here's a perfect example. So it's like, I know that there are people sounding the alarms about this. When I saw these last few weeks in Minnesota, I didn't think it was possible to happen in the United States of America. I'm being 100% serious.
To white people.
No, to anybody.
But
now,
you've seen it happen to black people.
Exactly.
Yes, like, to white people.
It's okay to say that.
No,
it is.
No.
But it's okay to say that.
I don't. I mean, I didn't know that this was possible to happen in the United States of America. And what I'm specifically talking about with this situation here, and like not only this one, but also what we've seen ICE doing, like entering homes without warrants, like arresting people. It is unconstitutional. And they've done this weird thing where like they have like a federally administrative warrant, which is some bullshit. It doesn't even allow you to actually have access into a home. Yeah, they're trying to find ways around the system. And what that says to me, when you're willing to shred the Constitution to preserve it's not only your power, but your ideas of what should happen, it is incredibly un-American.
These guys decided to speak about this now, as if ICE just started taking away people's rights just this year. Like, y'all forgot about the whole 2025 fiasco? Both of them are hypocrites. Y'all remember this photo? And y'all were smiling and kikiing. Kamala wasn't the perfect candidate, but she wouldn't have done any of the things Trump has done this past year. Americans need to grow the fuck up. And y'all were okay taking that money and platforming the dude. Now let's see you put some action behind what you're saying and go out there and help the people who are struggling with ICE.
So I don't know if you know this, but the Department of Homeland Security has allotted $8 million to pay right-wing influencers to promote ICE, to do pro-ICE content. So this, he had a gun, FAFO, what do you expect the law enforcement officers to do if they're feeling like they're in danger? He was clearly a terrorist. I mean, look at the video. These are all government talking points put into the mouth of right-wing commentators. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if all the Megyn Kelly stuff, from the Epstein excuses to the I know I should feel bad about Alex Preddy, but I just don't, is being subsidized. I mean, I'm a podcaster myself. We don't make a whole lot of money without outside sponsorship. But the people who want you to lie, those people pay the most. Look at Benny Johnson and Tim Pool. Those guys were literally getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a month from Russia to push right-wing talking points, and they were never held accountable. And now they're out here doing anti-woman, anti-democracy, pro-ICE work, which I would put money down is being funded by the American government. Tim Pool is in the White House press pool, for God's sakes, in his beanie, lobbing softball questions at Caroline and just laying her up to toe the party line. We hear nothing but lies about paid protesters and professional agitators and George Soros, but I've been doing this work for 10 years because I actually give a shit about democracy in America, and I really believe that our children deserve better than this lawless white national hellscape and destroyed world order. The paid agitators? We're not on the left. Just like the violence isn't coming from the left. Are we organized? Sure. Do some people get paid? Yeah. But this is a job. The question is, between the right-wing buying of all the media empires and the taking over of all the social media platforms, it should be a pretty big deal that the federal government is also using our taxpayer dollars to push their party line as well. And I'll tell you, if you're a donor and you don't like the way the country is going, you are about 10 years behind the 8 ball supporting the truth the way your opponents support the lies. And as the old expression goes, a lie can get all the way around the world before the truth can even get its shoes on. So honestly, we could really use your help. And if you're listening to the right-wing guys, please know that almost every single thing they say isn't because they want you to know the truth, isn't because they want you informed, isn't because they feel so passionately that ICE agents should be able to kill whoever they want. It's because they're making major money off our backs using our tax dollars to lie to us.
Absolutely 100% agree with this. Bro, if you're making content that's against ICE, you would think that you'd get more traction. For people who are already established, they're getting lots of views, so they're making money and probably sponsorships. But for those ones who are really out there trying to spread the word and give a shit about democracy, bro, it's tough. And that's why it's so easy to grift and become a right-wing content creator. The whole paid agitators all smell like projection to me.
Goddamn right.
The government doesn't have money without our tax dollars, so we're paying for them to push their propaganda on us that harms us. I'm just beyond disgusted. There has to be something more that we can do. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are with all of these right-wing grifters, people getting paid, and obviously some of the agenda they're trying to push. Leave your comments down below. If it's your first time to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Also, check out this video if you haven't. I'm sure you're definitely going to enjoy it. But nevertheless, I will see you guys when I see you. Peace.